Hi folks, this is Radford Hyde from Sierra Vista, and I'm bringing you another video. This time it's going to be kind of pointing out the problems with attempting to get public records requests from the Cochise County government. I'd like to go through the process and show you what I've done and ask you to give me some information about your experiences, whether or not you've had similar experiences or whether you think what I've had to go through to get public records should be looked at. It's kind of a pain in the neck, and here's what I'd like to show you. First of all, thank you for joining me again, and if you like this stuff, please like and subscribe and set the notification bell because I'll be bringing this stuff, especially if you're in Cochise County, Sierra Vista, some of the neighboring areas. You might be interested in this stuff and might be good for you to know. So the first thing I'd like to show you is the Cochise County, Arizona website. You can see up here, it's cochise.az.gov. And you go to departments, and then you go to county attorney, and in the county attorney's page there is an item there called public record request form, and that's where they keep all public record requests and how you access the requests that you've made and how you access requests that are publicly available that other people have made. So I'll click on that, and as you can see, I'm signed in already, and you do a search here, and right now this is all of the public records requests that I can see. So the first thing I want to point out is this public records request right here, 25-41, and I'm going to go down to the bottom here in the timeline and show you that this was opened on January 15th by me, and the county actually acknowledged it on the 16th. Okay, that sounds pretty good, right? And so January 16th, March 17th, I hadn't heard anything, right? So finally, I asked for a status, and they released some documents on April 1st, and they closed the request. Now, the request is, and I'll read it, I would like the records regarding which employees charged time to the 2024 election beginning on November 5th, 2024 through November 22nd, 2024. I understand that employees from different departments may have helped out. I would like names, department they worked in, their hourly rate, and how many hours they worked in support of the 2024 November election. The number of overtime hours if they accumulated overtime or if they were offered comp time. The spirit of this request is to find out how much total money the county spent on labor, and I've misspelled that, beginning on election day through the final report for the 2024, and I misspelled that, November election. Seems simple enough, right? The spirit of this request is to find out how much total money the county spent. Okay, so again, I requested it on January 15th. Hadn't heard anything by March 17th. Finally, on April, they sent a couple of documents, and I'm going to show you these documents. And they just said, here's the answer, and we're closing this ticket. So here is their answer. So this is the first, this is the first file that they sent. They sent 2 files. So this appears to be all of the people that may have charged time to the election November 2024. Okay. I am looking through here and I'm looking, okay, the spirit of my request was to determine the total cost. Well, I don't see anything in this file that's indicating hours or charge time or money or anything, right? None of these people have anything, just their name, and where not required to be redacted, their email address and some other notes. Maybe it's in this other file. So they sent this other file. Here, I'll show you this too. If I can't get it in there, I guess. So I have to get rid of that. And I will show you. Here are the files that they sent me. I accidentally renamed this. So I'm just going to give it a different name, right? And then here's the other file they sent. Okay. That's interesting. It's names and people and departments. Okay. Maybe all of the money portion that I specifically asked for is down here somewhere. No, there's no money, no mention of money, no mention of hours, no mention of overtime, no mention of comp time, nothing. So this is the response that I got from Cochise County to my request saying, which employees charge time? Okay. Names, okay, got some of that. Departments, got some of that. Here's where it gets sketchy. Their hourly rate, no. How many hours they worked, no. Number of overtime hours if accumulated, no. Comp time, no. And the direct question is, the spirit of this request is to find out how much money total the county spent on labor beginning on election day through the final report. Seems pretty simple. I'm not an idiot. They did not respond to this request appropriately, but they claim they did. What do you think about this? Do you think this was clear that they knew that the answer had to do with money, yet they did not release any money, nor did they provide any explanation about why they didn't supply all of the information I was asking for? All right, let's move on then. And I'm going to show you something else. We've got another request here. So I was having problems. This is request 24-387. I was having problems because I signed up to be notified anytime there was a Board of Supervisors meeting notice or something like that. And my emails, I would get the notices from the county saying, hey, we've updated the list that you want to come and look at to see what meetings are now on the schedule. Okay, well, that happened for a while and then it stopped happening. I didn't know why it stopped happening. And I went in and I talked to first I made phone calls, and then I made personal visits, and then I finally put in ticket to their IT department. And at one point I got another update and then it stopped. And I was starting to get a little bit concerned that because I'm a mouthy guy at the Board of Supervisors meetings, that maybe they were intentionally removing me from the list of people to receive these emails. I don't know. So here's the request. I would like copies of emails and text messages from the date range January 1st, 24 and 11/12/24 to or from anyone within the Cochise County Board of Supervisors staff and to or from anyone in the IT staff, and in particular, Tatiana Rodriguez, with the following keywords or phrases. And these are the keywords or phrases. It's my email, it's my name, it's my first name, it's my last name, it's my full name. And what I wanted to do was get any communications to see if there was anything in there that said, hey, take this guy off the list, right? My paranoia, but Just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get me. So, okay. So let's start at the beginning. November 12th, I put this request in. They received it and responded to it on the 12th. And it says, we have received your public records request. However, your request for all emails and text messages to or from any Board of Supervisors staff is too vague and cannot be forwarded for processing at this time. Please provide a more informative request specifying from which specific employees you wish to obtain information. Okay. To or from anyone within the County Board of Supervisors staff and the IT staff. That's too vague. Okay, so how did I respond? Well, I put in another public records request asking for the list of people who worked there during that time. And I got a response. So I put this request in. I would like a roster, list of names, first and last, of all employees of the Cochise County Board of Supervisors Office, the Cochise County Clerk of the Board Office, the Cochise County IT Department for anyone employed in those three departments during the period from January 1st to December 1st. And then they happily obliged, right? I put that on December 3rd. And then on December 9th, they went, oh, yeah, we can do that, right? We can do that. These are all the people. We have that. Well, they didn't have it when I made this request. So what did I do? I added a note and said, hey, I got this information from you on this previous, this other request that you forced me to go do. So here's the list of people that you just got for me. Now apply all those names to my previous request. And now they start. Okay, we're in the process, blah, blah. They'll begin to get it. Okay, so let's see where this started. November 12th, right? They finally got a list on December 9th from me after I had to put in the other request. And then on the 10th, they said, okay, December 10th, sorry, what's this? Yeah, December 9th and December 10th. They said, all right, we'll start getting them for you. So a month, 5 weeks later, I'm like, hey, you will begin to extract when? It's been 5 weeks. You haven't delivered even one thing yet. It's concerning that you also responded with what you will do regarding the text messages, but made no mention of the part of the request for emails. Is this still going to be worked? Okay, January 15th. All right. January 15th, I got an email right back. Thank you. We release all responsive records for a request at the same time. It's a voluminous request. Okay, that's understandable. However, I got an email previous to this exchange that on January 10th saying, we'll make a standing request and we'll release the records as they become available. Okay. Then on the 15th, they're not doing it. And so I asked for clarification. Are they going to be released all at once? Because your previous answer said they will be released as they become available. One contradicts the other. Was there a change in policy? Please clarify. Yes, I made a mistake. Me at the Cochise County, I made a mistake. Sorry, our public records coordinator has to complete redactions, and then once they do all that, they'll release them. And so now, March, this is January, that 2 months later, I sent another note. It has been over 4 months and over 2 months since our last communication. Can you give me a status update? Yes, I spoke to the IT department and they'll upload any responsive text messages so far, which I will release to you in the next few days. All right, next few days. March 17th. What's today? April 4th. Next few days has turned into 20 days, probably 17th, 27th, 29th, 30th. 28 days. Or 18 days. So the next few days, nobody has released anything yet, right? So this is the kind of slow walking and unresponsive behavior that I've been subject to. And I'm not asking for anything that's like super secret. Can't they just do it without a hassle? They now have 2 people working in this department. So I got that request in. They returned that really quickly, right? So let's look at the request list. So because of a previous request that I asked for the records for the money for the elections, and they did provide other information to me in a different public records request, I kind of committed malicious compliance here because they told me that they couldn't give me some information that I wanted before. So I wanted from January 1st, 24, where is this? Let's see, roster, following records. Okay, here it is. I would like to request the following records since 2015 to present, all itemized financial records, itemized receipts, and contracts regarding the purchase and use of electronic voting equipment and any ancillary supplies such as special paper, labels, blah, 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 anything else that they could bill to the election, right? So I will open that up. And so here's our discussion. We've received your request. However, your request for all itemized receipts going back to 2015 is too vague. Again with too vague. What the hell is with too vague? How can that be too vague? I told you 2015. Please provide a more specific time range. So, okay. So I replied, so do I have to guess what timeline I could ask for? And so the person who's responding to this just said, I'll file the request for records going back to January 2020. And then that was in February. Still, 6 weeks later, nothing. Can you provide a status? And so they've replied. So they finally gave me some documents. Okay, good. Well, if you look at this list of documents, they're by date, right? 23 is 2023. 24 is 2024. So this is July 19th, 23. September 4th, 24. And so I'm like, okay, where's all the 2023 records before this? Where's all the 2022 records? Where's all the 2020 records? Are you telling me that we had a major election in 2022 and 2020 we had another election and there were no invoices or anything regarding any of those? Well, let's look what they sent. All right, this is, I don't know, tamper-proof crap, right? Barcode pull tight seals. Okay, here's some hardware and training. You know, I mean, nothing looks too out of line here. But okay, so here's professional services, $75,000. What is that professional service for? Data repair, 60 maintenance. This is a maintenance contract, 65,000. And okay, so they have all these activation cards, whatever that is, barcodes. Wait a minute, barcode labels, tamper evident labels. Okay, I don't know what this is. A dock bottom, paper path module. This looks like this was in response to the debacle they had when they were attempting to count the votes. Although the invoice is on October 25th for a paper path module. And so this doesn't make any sense. If the paper path module is what I remembered, they complained is what broke on the tabulator thing that it counts the ballots or it runs them through for the scanner or whatever. That doesn't make sense. If it was already broken, they should have known to be ready. And there's just a bunch of other crap here that doesn't really mean anything to me. I mean, there's nothing too out of the ordinary, and I'm not looking for any weirdness here. It's just I wanted to get all of these records so I could compile cost, right? Okay. Still, they left me in the dark with records from 2023, July of 2023 to about 10 of 2024. So July, August, September, October, November. So 16 months worth of data when I asked for 10 years, and then they told me they'd give me 4 years, but they only gave me 16 months. This is just driving me crazy, and I want to try and maintain a professional demeanor. What do you think I should do? I'm going to keep making videos. Hopefully it'll embarrass them to become more responsive. So let me know what you think. It's Friday night. I haven't even had anything to drink yet. Not that I drink every night anyway. Just occasionally, but it seemed fun to say on a Friday night. So tell me what you think. Is this how you want your county government to respond to citizen requests? I don't. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next one.